Alright guys, so this isn't a Pokemon Adventures video, this is the UmbreonFan76's top 10 favorite Pokemon. Now this is the one, just like my friend Kirk and Polion uploaded. I haven't checked out Rex's video yet. I think there's a few others that upload this, but first off, let's start with number 10, which is Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil is number 10 is because, back when Gold, Silver, and Crystal was released, Cyndaquil, to me, it was one of my favorite. Like, I did like Totodile, but Totodile's not in this one. But don't ask me why. Cyndaquil was mostly my favorites because I thought it was one of the cutest starters, had a great design. And as I continued using Cyndaquil and it evolved into the mighty Typhlosion, I noticed how powerful Typhlosion is. Like, dang, Typhlosion is pretty powerful. But Cyndaquil is one of my favorite. It's really cute. I mean, you don't get to see a Pokemon with its eye closed. I mean, we don't know how Cyndaquil can see with that eye. So, number 10 is Cyndaquil. Number 9 is Grovyle. Grovyle has been my favorite. Grovyle has been my favorite ever since 3rd Gen came out. Grovyle has been my favorite is because the way that Grovyle was in, how Ash trained Grovyle and Grovyle inspired me in order to pick him. This was like 3 days right before, after Ruby Sapphire came out, and I decided, you know, this Pokemon's pretty cool. I like Grovyle. So, Grovyle's been my favorites. I don't know if you guys use this moveset, but it's in a Violet, Leaf Blade, Leaf Storm set that I run for an Eevee-like Grovyle. It's a decent and a good set. Definitely recommend using it. So Grovyle is number 8 if I remember correctly, because we started with Cyndaquil, which is number 10. So number 9 is Grovyle. Now another one I like is Reshiram. Reshiram is number 8 because when 5th generation came out, I'm like, what is this thing? So I looked up what it is, and it turns out, I don't remember because I looked this up when Pokemon Black came out, like a week after. But then as the more I began, started using Reshiram most of the time. I'm like, this Pokemon's pretty powerful, and then the more I used it in Y5 battles, the more I knew how powerful and strong it was. And then it got, oh my goodness, like, please do run Timid Life Orb. You're pretty much in for a good battle with Reshiram. The way I love Reshiram is because, first off, you want to run Outrage on it, Timid Nature, Turbo Blaze. I think was the second move was Overheat or something, and then the last 2 moves I think were Stone Edge and Dragon Claw or something. I don't remember. I'll have to post it in the next video that I upload. But yeah, if you remember a Wi-Fi battle that I uploaded with a, which is 20 Turbo, my, what was it, the Life Orb Timid, the Reshiram that I use most of the time. So yeah, Reshiram's one of my favorites. So, number 8 is Reshiram. Alright, next one is Cobalion. Cobalion is my favorite 7th Pokemon, if I remember correctly. Sorry if I lose track, because I'm trying. Yeah, I think this is the 7th one. Yeah, it's 7th. Sorry, guys. It's like, I check time, it's almost midnight, and I'm trying to keep myself awake because I need to work on Thunder the Dragon's wings. Cobalion 7 is because when the Pokemon movie was, when the Pokemon movie for what was it, Keldeo something, it was like Cobalion was talking, and then I love the voice acting, and not only that, Cobalion in UU is pretty much a beast. Like, first you set up Stealth Rocks, and you think it's the end of Cobalion. Well, it's not. You pretty much have to run Stealth Rocks, Close Combat, which I need to fix my admin Cobalion, Earthquake, and I think it was Iron Head, the last move or something. Once you get that settled, oh my goodness, Cobalion is ready for a massive sweep. Trust me. Some people say Cobalion's pretty bad, but Cobalion to me is really good in UU because I did use a really good Advent Cobalion before. So Cobalion's number 7 in this video. Next one has to be Flygon. Flygon has been my only favorite dragon type. I do apologize if this figurine's falling. The only way I can record this is using my figurines. I do apologize for that. There's a moth in here and it's landing on me. Yeah, Flygon is number 6 if I remember correctly. Yeah, he's number 6. I do apologize if I lose track because of the moth flying around here and I don't know how it got in. Flygon's number 6 because it's my only favorite dragon type, and when I seen this dragon type was released in 3rd generation, I'm like, okay, is this a better dragon type than what I've seen in 1st? Like, some people say Dragonite is the beast. Well, I do agree with you guys that Dragonite is a monster in OU, but when I used a Flygon in my Pokemon Ruby, and this was way before that I erased an old file, I realized how powerful Flygon is if you know how to use it. I think I had Outrage on a Flygon once, but pretty much if you give it a Scarf and then you use Outrage, you're ready for a massive rampage with Flygon. Flygon is a dragon, beastly Pokemon for me. So number 6 is Flygon. Okay, next one is number 5 is Empoleon. Empoleon's one of my favorites because when Diamond Pearl was released, I would always choose the water Pokemon that had the best design. Don't ask me why I did that. The reason I would do that is, I don't know, I was like, I don't remember how old I was when I did this. It was like every Pokemon game I would buy and use. Like Diamond, I'd choose Piplup. Pearl, I chose Piplup. Platinum, I used Piplup. Every 3rd, 4th generation game that I used had to be Piplup. Because when I first used it in Diamond, I'm like, okay, let's see what this Pokemon is. So once I got more into Piplup and started using like some other team member Pokemon, I realized how monstrosity Empoleon is. Like, you don't want to be messing around like a steel water type penguin. Like, it's just ready to annihilate everything in its path. I mean, you gotta think about how strong Empoleon is. Like, you don't want to mess around with him. It's a really good poke unless you know how to use him. So, I think this is number 5 or something. Yeah, I think it's number 5 or something. I have to keep track of this. So, next Pokemon. So I think this is, that was the 5th one. Yep, that was number 5. Number 4 is Extradil. Extradil is my favorite is because, one, I love this Pokemon for certain obvious reasons. Like, you get an adorable little mole when you first capture it in Mistralston Cave, how you pronounce it, and there's like probably another place I probably forgot to mention. But then you get this big steel type, ground type poke that you just don't want to mess around with. Like, he gets mad easily, trust me. in Wi-Fi battles, this thing is a beast on ready to sweep your team soon enough. Now, if you remember, I use a, I think it was like Jolly, yeah, it's a Jolly Extra Dill. I think it was Sand Rushing ability, I don't remember. I'll have to check back on it. But yeah, Jolly Extra Dill just goes on a rampage in Ubers. And I couldn't believe my eyes. I'm like, the first Extra Dill was bad because it had like a naive nature. Second one, it was pretty good. It only had like a timid nature that is still in progress. But Jolly Extra Dill comes to play. Oh man, you're in for a fun time with this guy. Trust me. I've played some good people on Smogon, on Ubers or something, or as a live streams with a Jolly Extra Dill and Ubers, and it was epic, no joke. This was before Smogon made updates, and pretty much, if you give it lefties, that makes it extremely powerful. Shadow Claw. Reason I run Shadow Claw on most of my Extra Dills is because, like, you don't know if there's gonna be a Ghost Arceus in Ubers. Because usually I've seen a Destiny Bond Arceus, I think it was, I don't remember. Earthquake pretty much for fire types, and other Pokemon in the Uber tier. Rock Slide, I think I run Rock Slide on my Jolly Extra Dill, just to stop everything in its path and preventing from setting up if I get a flinch. And the last one I think was Focus Blast. Yes, Focus Blast on an Extra Dill is pretty good, because pretty much it may have a slight chance of missing. It's really good to take care of other Pokemon such as big threats like Arceus Normal. What was the other one? I can't remember. There's a few they can take care of, like. Well, pretty much Extra Dill is one of my favorites. And I think I remember this is number 4. So, again, I do apologize if I lose track. Do not dislike the video if I lose track of this. It is not my fault. It's really late. Okay, number 3 is Darkrai. Darkrai's number 3 is because, 1, he's a Dark type, and he's a bad, I'm not saying this in a sexual way, but a bad beast in Ubers. Now, the reason I love Darkrai is because, 1, he was amazing in the Pokemon movie, which was with Infernape, Empoleon, and Torterra. And 2, if you run Dark Void, Psychic, Ominous Wind, and Nightmare, you're pretty much in for a lot of fun with Darkrai. If I remember correctly, the Darkrai I run with that moveset I just said, I think it was like Modest or something. I'll check back on that. But the reason I have Nightmare is to stop. It deals more damage while the Pokemon is asleep, which will double the damage the Pokemon takes in place while it's asleep. Because 1, if you hit it with a Dark Void, you gotta give it a Nightmare pretty much. Because Nightmare will cause daily good damage, and Bad Dreams is gonna double it too. So, Ominous Wind is a really good move for getting your stats up and all that stuff. So it's a lot like Ancient Power, but it's a ghost move. And Psychic is pretty much. I don't know why I have Psychic on my Modest Darkrai. I'm planning to replace it with Focus Blast, because that's what I see on normally on Darkrai's. That's pretty much why I love Darkrai. I'm like even if you didn't watch the battle I had against Hydreigon Master 635 or something, how you pronounce it, he uploaded this one battle against me that I had Darkrai with Modest. I think it was like Modest Darkrai that I used Nightmare on Shaman. go check out that video. It's in the videos I'm featured in playlist. I will sort out that playlist because there's a few videos that have been deleted and privated, but I'll get that sorted and all that stuff. So Darkrai is number 3. Now number 2 is my favorite as well. Number 2 has to be White Kyurem. White Kyurem, oh my goodness. Now, people are gonna say Black Kyurem is better. I think I remember there was a point where Black Kyurem went to Ubers or something, or maybe I was just hearing things about that that might have gone to. But anyway, when White Kyurem was a thing when it first appeared on the cover on Pokemon White 2, I'm like, this guy is a beast. And as soon as I got to the point where I was going to fight White Kyurem, oh my gosh, the animation on that thing is just, how could I put it in words? Amazing, awesome, epic. That doubles how cool it is when Reshiram and Kyurem are combined. That doubles like how powerful Kyurem is in battle. No joke. Like, if you guys remember, I use a Life Orb, I think it's a Life Orb set White Kyurem with Outrage. Like, you know that I use that guy. If you know how to use this White Kyurem easily, you're pretty much going to know how to use it, and then pretty much White Kyurem, 3, 2, 1, he's pretty much ready to sweep the opponent's team. Not the team, but the team. White Kyurem is one of my favorites, is because I love design and how powerful it is in Ubers. Like, you just don't want to mess with a fiery, icy dragon. Like, it is not a chicken, no joke. Like, if you look how mean and beastly it is, that's a sign, like, I'm getting ready to battle. Face. So, White Kyurem is number 2, and you guys should probably seen this from a mile away for my top favorite number 1 Pokemon. My number 1 Pokemon is Umbreon. Now you guys are probably going to ask me, why Umbreon? Well, Umbreon is my favorite is because when I played Silver version, and this was when I had a Quilvava at the point, or was it Typhlosion? I don't remember. Either two. When I saw Umbreon in battle with the Kimono girls, and when I saw the animation for it, and the color and the design, I was like, wow, this Pokemon is amazing. I'd never seen a cooler evolution but this. And as soon as I got into using Eevee, I would just immediately evolve it into Umbreon, no joke. Like, I would have to evolve it in the dark. Like, you would have to evolve Gligar at night with, I think it was like Razor Claw, in order to evolve into Gliscor. But as soon as Heart Gold and some other stuff came out, I was like, now this is cooler. And when I looked back at my Umbreon in Heart Gold version, I'm like, you are my number 1 favorite. Not only that, Umbreon's pretty good in UU. Some people say it's weak. I say it's really good, unless you know how to use a really good Umbreon. Now, the Umbreon I use, which is my name, I really need to fix up that moveset. Is because that moveset has been sticking around for about 2 years now, and I never got the time to fix it because 1, I've been busy a lot of the times, and 2, I've never got around to do it because like mostly random stuff happens and I have to do something. But yeah, the first number 1 favorite Pokemon is Umbreon. Now you guys are probably going to ask me, who are you going to call out in this top 10 favorite Pokemon video? Well, I'm going to tell you who I'm going to call out this time. Since Kirk has already been called out, I am going to call out you and Midnight Digital. Midnight Digital, I'll be waiting for your video as soon as this video gets uploaded. Take your time, buddy. Please don't leave any hate on this video because I messed up on it. Like I said, again, it's late and it's about 12:07 as I'm checking back at my computer clock. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Tell me what your favorite Pokemon are. It doesn't have to be top 10. It can be top 10 if you want to, or top 5. I don't mind at all. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Again, I'll be waiting for the video, Midnight Digital. So, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.